we said for this footwork we had to make sure to go through the ball rather than stopping. So for the forehand, it was like we're stepping or running through the ball. For the backhand, it was like we're jumping through the ball. What was the goal of the jump on the backhand? To get you higher or to turn you? Turn you, yep, so that you could still turn through your stroke. In the forehand, you need to make sure you set your right foot closer to the ball so that you can step through it rather than having to lunge. And the move we were trying to conquer on that forehand was being able to step forward with the right foot while at the same time turning with the chest, and then making sure as we take our step through the ball, we're able to unload the chest. And then we'll continue running forward through the shot. Later, we'll learn how to jump and really explode off this leg. Besides that, just as you're in competition, as you're competing, as you're playing, continue using these aggressive tactics. But only when you're on offense. If you're behind the baseline, play neutral. Just use good, solid downstrokes. They don't need to be wimpy. You don't need to lob it, but don't try to win the point. Just rally with them. You're in plenty good shape. You can run fast. You don't need to win the point right away. But if you get in position, then continue to win the point. So, what I'm going to do this next Sunday, based on the points, it was actually super close. Roger gets the trophy.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to present Roger with his trophy. Look at me. On Sunday. I want that to sting a little bit. Because you want that trophy, right? Right?
Yeah, she said
And that's
destroy
okay.
her day.
And that's okay. But you can't let that blind you. You can't let that distract you from your goals. It'll just motivate you further. It'll make it so that when you come here and you get your practice, you're more diligent with your practice. As you're out here like with Lillian or your mom or your dad or whatever, you're a little bit more focused because you know that you really have to put the pressure on. You know how everyone's really liking the Seahawks now because they won the Super Bowl and all that stuff? So there's an interview from one of their players. And one of their players said, in order to be great, you have to fall in love with the process. You have to fall in love with coming into work. You have to fall in love with practicing. You have to fall in love with working out. Because if you measure the amount of time you spend practicing and the amount of time you spend playing, practicing is way more than the time you actually spend playing. And if you can fall in love with that idea of coming in and practicing, if you view it as a challenge and an activity rather than a chore and a hassle, then you can do some really fun stuff. But if you feel like you're getting dragged out here, then you might want to, think about things and figure some stuff out. So just remember, as you're going, as you're playing, competing, if you lose, it's okay if it hurts. It's okay if it makes you feel not great. But it shouldn't deter you from what you want to do. Does that make sense? All right. Nice job, man.
So next